Okay. Shalom Aleichem to Zahava. And for now, nobody is here in person, but Zahava is here, and my mother will be watching Ezrat Hashem in the future, and David and Avital and Carlos and Chaya and everybody who joins us. Chaim, Shalom Aleichem. And of course, Katie, probably later on. So we're going to continue B'ezrat Hashem from where we left off last week. We're going to move forward to another small lesson, and then it's kind of a confusing lesson, and then probably go straight into the next lesson after that. So we left off last week on Pei Daled, on 84, and we were talking about Rabbi Nechunia. Is that his name? Nechunia Hagadol. Shkoyach. It's your Hebrew birthday. Zava and Katie's there. Shalom Aleichem. So Zava, make sure you bless us all. Bless everyone on your birthday. You have a Shnat Atzlacha. A lot of Shefa, Bracha, Parnasa, and health. B'ezrat Hashem. So we're learning from Pei Dalet, and we started off last week. We were talking about Rabbi Nechunia Hagadol, and he was asked by Rabbi Akiva, Bema herachta yamin. Why did you merit to have a long life? Amar lo Rav Nechunia, and Rav Nechunia said, Vatran hayiti b'mamoni. I was generous with my money. And then he went on to explain. He gave a passage from the Zohar here. And it talks about how every day has its good. And somebody who wants to learn the secrets of the Torah, it can be revealed to them, but only if they're on the level that they merit to receive the secrets of the Torah. So let's say somebody says, I don't care if I'm at the level or not. I'm going to open up the Zohar, I'm going to open up some books that I can find, and I'm going to learn the secrets of the Torah. So he says you're going to be surrounded by crabs and snakes and serpents, and they are going to prevent you from understanding the secrets of the Torah. And that means that you're going to have these thoughts, that the thoughts are going to confuse you. So even though you think you might understand something from the Torah, you're actually not going to understand it. Either you're going to get confused and not be able to understand it, or you're going to misunderstand it. And that's where we left off last week. And here our sages blessed memory said in the Zohar, in the Gemara, Ein tov ela Torah. There's no good except for the Torah. Shene'emar, meaning the Torah is the essence of goodness. As it said in Mishlei, Ki lekach tov natati lechem, Torati al ta'azovo. I gave you something really good with the Torah that I gave to you. Don't abandon it. This is what it says in the Zohar. But if he's and according to this, what was it said in the Zohar that we just mentioned? She'ein yom she'ein bo tov. There isn't a day that doesn't have good in it. V'akavanahi, and the intention is shebechol yom yesh et sodot haTorah ashayachim lo'oto hayom. Every day has the secrets that are connected to that day. The hainu, that is to say, Levchina uchanit shel oto yom. That is the spiritual attribute of that day. Vehem genuzim bebchina shel asfira hamiuchedet leoto hayom. And they are hidden within the attribute that belongs to that day. So every day of the week has an attribute, and within that attribute, for example, chesed, kavura, stringency or kindness, which the other way around, chesed is kindness and kavura is stringency. So the secrets of the Torah of that day are hidden in those pchinot, for example. Ukshe'adam rotze lehagot velachshov betorah. And when a person wants to, review and to think of words of Torah, hainu be Ramzin de'oraita, that is the secrets of the Torah, sodot Torah, ha-shayachim ha-gnuzim b'yom zeh, that belong to and are hidden within that day. And then we have a phrase here in Aramaic, right? Otam ha-nechashim v'akravim shehem malachei chabala mebabalim et machshavato. So then, the person tries to learn Torah. They're not a fitting vessel for the Torah. So the same confusing thoughts, which he calls the defending angels, or the angels that cause damage, and he calls them snakes and crabs, or creatures, they cause the person to have confusing thoughts, and they're not able to understand the secrets of the Torah that are revealed on that day. The Elohim machshavot azarot shabal adam. And these are the foreign thoughts that come to a person. So we know, I don't remember which Rebbe it was, that somebody came to the Rebbe, it's always the Kotzker. So maybe it was the Kotzker. Somebody came to the Kotzker and said, Rebbe, I have these machshavot zarot. I have these foreign thoughts. Meaning, I'm in the middle of davening Shmona Esrei, I'm trying to feel connected with Hashem, and I start thinking about my bank account, or I think about a person that I had a conversation with, or I saw, or something, I wanted to buy this thing. All these, those are considered machshavot zarot. And the Kotzker said, well, if they're your thoughts, then they're not foreign thoughts. Meaning, if you think them, then they're yours. So he says, what are these thoughts that come to us? So we're in like this place of dveikut. Let's say we get to a place where we're saying Shema, and we're able to really get there. Here this morning, there's a guy who comes and collects tzedakah in Batiran where I daven. And he always seems to come right before Kriyat Shema. So you know, all of the davening, basically from Modeh Ani, all the way up to Kriyat Shema, is a build-up to Kriyat Shema. And especially when we get to just before Kriyat Shema, where we say, V'ofanim, V'chayot HaKodesh, V'rash Gadol, Mitnasim, right? We have, so it gives the Siddur gives an image of the angels. So we have these Ofanim. The Ofanim are the ones that spin around in a circle. These angels that spin around in a circle. And Chayot HaKodesh are these angels that blow up like flames of fire. And like this is the enthusiasm that we're supposed to have before we say Shema. So I'm really getting into saying Shema, and this guy comes around with his tzedakah. This morning, at a certain point, I don't give it to him because, like, if I've already put my tzitziot together and I'm ready to say Shema, I just focus on saying Shema. But this morning I was so into it that I could barely reach my hand into the change purse to take out the shekel. It was like so slow that I dropped it in his hand because I was mamish in dveikut at that moment. And imagine that I thought about a movie, or I thought about, wow, I really want to buy new shoes, or I need a new phone, or something like that. That's a machshava zara, that's a foreign thought. And he said, where do these foreign thoughts come from? Somebody who did not merit to receive the secrets of that day. B'sha'a limud, whether it's during learning, mikoach tiodot machshavot elu, from the power of these thoughts disturbing a person, hu eino yachol ha'asig et ha'asagot, ha'genuzot. It's not able to. The person is not able to receive or achieve, grasp these hidden revelations. Torah sheloto yom, in the Torah of the same day. Uksha'adam rotzeh v'choshech v'shochik ad me'od. But when a person wants and really desires lilmod Torah u'la'asig et sodoteha, to learn Torah and to grasp its secrets, potchim lo, so then in heaven they open it up. Hamemonim malachei chabala, those that are appointed to be the angels that protect et hasharim, the gates, velo monim mimenu hakanal b'zohar kadosh, and then they don't prevent a person from entering those gates. Azai kol yom v'yom etzlo gadol ad ma'od. And then for that person, every day is like this great spiritual day because they merited to go through the gates unprotected. Ki zoche bezman katzar la'asig hasagot gedolot, because they merit in a short amount of time to grasp great Torah concepts. Shaya tzarich la'amol aleihem zman rav, that normally a person would have to toil over them for a very long time. Nimtza, it follows, shekefi hasagot shehisig be'oto b'yom echad, that according to the Torah ideas that a person grasps on that day, nechshav lo ki'ilu hayom haya aroch kama shanim. It's as if one day for that person was like many years long. Ki rotzeh umasig hatov haganuz, because the person wants and they grasp the hidden light of the Torah, hainu vazin doraita, that is sodot the Torah, that is the secrets of the Torah, hashayach la'oto hayom. So it can happen that a person is learning Torah and they're going to have these huge revelations in Torah, something that it might have taken them years to grasp. And why does that happen? Because Hashem decided that this person merited to be an open vessel to receive the light of that day, to receive the secrets of that day. And so what would take a person years can happen in one day as far as understanding Torah. V'yivaer ketzad hasaga zo remuza b'ma'amar Rabbi Akiva l'Rav Nechunya. I think it wasn't Rav Nechunya. Oh, it's what he was asked him. Okay. So he's going to explain how this idea is hinted at or revealed in the words that Rabbi Akiva said to Rabbi Nechunya. And this was that the Tana, Rabbi Akiva, asked to Rabbi Nechunya Gadol, B'ma he'arachta yamim, what did you do to merit to have a long life? Hainu be'eza midah min amidot nichnasta lehatov haganuz lesodot Torah. That is to say, which of the attributes of all of the attributes did you bring into the... Really annoying. Okay, now we're back. That was very annoying. Okay. What could I do? There's no wireless here anymore. So where were we? So which of the attributes did you bring into the good, the hidden good of that day, to the secrets of the Torah? Dahainu, ezo midah mea sfirot, which attribute of the sfirot, of the attributes, hayeta השער שדרכה נכנסת סודות התורה, or נכנסת סודות התורה. That is to say, which of the gates did you use to enter in order to receive the secrets of the Torah? כלומר, באיזה מידה טובה התגברת על הנחשים והעקרבים? With what good attribute did you use to overcome the snakes and the scorpions, or the confusing thoughts that would prevent somebody from receiving the secrets of the Torah? Hamonim melahasik sodot Torah, that prevent a person from receiving the secrets of the Torah. Ve'herachta hayamim shelcha lehiyot gedolim kanal, and you had long days in order for them, so that there would be great days, as mentioned above. Zeu bechinat arichut yamim, and this is the meaning of, or an attribute of arichut lamim, of having long days. So what he's saying here is that the question that he was asking wasn't really how did he merit to have such a long life. The question was, how did he merit to have such long days? Because he said before that one day could be like many years if a person merits to have it. Ki al yedei ota ha'itkabrut אפשר להשיג ביום אחד סודות והשגות רבים, because through reaching this high level, a person is able to grasp in one day many of the secrets of the Torah. שבלעדיה היה נדרש זמן רב, that if it wasn't זמן רב, that if it wasn't for that day, then it would take a person a great deal of time to grasp those secrets of the Torah. נמצא, it follows, שכאילו התארך אצלך היום. It's as if your days were made very long. So that was the question that Rabbi Akiva asked Rabbi Nechunya. Vehishiv lo, and he answered him, Vatran hayiti b'mamoni, I was not stingy with my money, or I was generous with my money. V'zohi midat Avraham Avinu, and this is the attribute of Avraham Avinu. Shehi midat chesed, which Avraham's attribute, of course, was chesed, was kindness. Shaya machnis ochim, that he would have lots of guests. Umivater harbe al mamono le'ma'anam, and he would give up or sacrifice a lot of his money for the benefit of having guests. And I know that feeling very well, because probably something like half or close to half of what I make I spend on achnasat ochim. Shenichnas b'shar shel sfirat chesed, which goes into the gate of the attribute of chesed, shehi tarta de'it, let's see, shehu hashar hanikra ahava, which is the gate which is called love. So we're saying that a person was generous with their money, they're having guests on Shabbos, they're following in the steps of Avraham Avinu. This is kindness, this is chesed, and it's also the gate called ahava, the gate of love. Shehu sitra de mina, shehu b'chinat tzad yamin, which is the attribute of the right hand. So we have yamin mekarevet and smol docha. The right brings close and the left pushes away. So the right hand here, the right side is connected to chesed and ahava. Yeshna moach levan kekesef, ki tzeva kesef notel levan. So this is regarding Avraham Avinu, that Avraham Avinu, through doing this, by being generous with his money, he merited to have a mind that was white like silver, because the color silver is leaning towards white. So you see this could be silver. I have a great example that I walk around with all the time. Hainu, that is to say, she'al yedei b'chinat yamin, that is through the right side, shehi hanhagat sfirat chesed, which is behaving in a way of the attribute of chesed, of kindness. Livater al mamono leman acherim, to be generous with your money for the sake of others. Kol ha-mekatregin v'chol ha-nechashot v'akravim, all of the opposing angels and all of the confusing thoughts, haino machshavot zarot, that is the foreign thoughts, shema babalim b'machshavtei, that confuses a person. Perush, the meaning is, Kol hamon'im me'adam li'kanes b'sharim ha'elyonim, all of those things that prevent a person from entering into the supernal gates, ula'asig hasadot ha'genuzim b'chol yom, and to help the person grasp the secrets, the hidden secrets of every day, al yedei kach shemebambalim et machshavato, how? By confusing a person's thoughts. Na'asin chivara ke-kaspa, that a person becomes levanim ke-kesef, white like silver. Dahainu, that is to say, shehem ne'avchim le'ahovim, that is, that they turn into beloved ones. Ron's joining us, Shalom Aleichem. They turn to beloved ones. So here we have these angels. This is what he's saying. We have these angels. They're blocking the gate from a person to grasp the secrets of the Torah. But when a person goes in the way of Avraham Avinu, and specifically when they're generous with their money, for example, for having guests over, for whatever reason, but for sure on holidays and Shabbos, then when the person wants to receive the secrets of the Torah, the angels that were blocking the gates, not only do they not block the gates, but they start davening on behalf of this person. Ve'adrabah, and on the contrary, emit paralim be'ado, they daven for this person, l'kadosh baruch hu, before Hashem, sheyachnis oto lefanav, that they should bring this person into the gates, v'yasik et hatov haganuz kanal. The person should merit to grasp the secrets of the Torah, as mentioned above. So I wonder what it means to grasp the secrets of the Torah. My guess is that when a person, as a person goes through their life, and they become more and more of a fitting vessel to receive Hashem's light, so more of the secrets are revealed to them, but they're not revealed to them in a way where they know that they're secrets. It's not like I'm going to knock on the wall back here and something's going to open up and we're going to have a secret passage. Simply, the secrets are revealed to the person as they continually progress and grow spiritually. And they don't even realize that it's secrets, but in order to reach the next level, some type of secret is being revealed to them. And the more you make yourself a worthy vessel, the more secrets are revealed to you. Until you reach a point where you don't even realize that you're embodying the secrets of the Torah that have been revealed to you. But if somebody else, or I guess if you were to look at yourself when you were younger, or somebody were to look at you and say, can I reach that level? It would take them maybe a very long time, or maybe they would never be able to reach that level. And so that's why it says about Avraham in Bereshit, Avraham zaken ba'biyamim. Avraham was old, he merited to have many long years. And also, by the way, this is the quote that the Baal Shem Tov used at the Shpoler Zaydi's bris, and that's why the Shpoler Zaydi was called Zaydi, and he was called like a grandfather even when he was a little kid, because he said he would have a long life. Hainu, that is to say, Shayu kol hayamim shelo shleimim, that all of his days were complete, ugedolim, and great, ki mi sitra de mina, because it came from the right side, shehi b'chinat Avraham, which is the attribute of Avraham, kanal is mentioned above, mocha chivara ke kaspa, a white mind that's like silver, meaning a mind that's able to grasp great ideas of Torah, because the person turned themselves into a vessel of chesed. And also Kesef is related to kisufim, which is longing for Hashem. Kesef means silver. Umin kategor naaseh sanegor. And from a prosecutor, the angel becomes a defender. Hainu, that is to say, hamatrigim ba'atzmam omrim sanegora alav lefnei HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That is, those angels that were prosecuting the person, they themselves become the defender or the speaker on the person's behalf before Hashem. Shehu adam tov vechoshech b'Torah. This is a good person, and they long for learning Torah. Ve'ra'ui legalot lo sodot Torah, and the person is fitting to receive the secrets of the Torah, as mentioned before in the Zohar. Ve'haya yechol al yedei ze lavo b'chol yom el hatov haganuz hashayach lo. And through this, a person can merit every single day to receive the light of the hidden parts of the Torah that are fitting for that day. Umikoach ze naasu yamav aruchim. And through this, a person merits to have long days, not necessarily a long life, but that their days are very full and they achieve a lot in every day. Ki haya masig b'chol yom sodot gedolim, because a person can grasp or understand every day great secrets shelokeach zman rav ma'od lahasigam, that it would normally take a long time to grasp them. Behu hisigam b'yom achad b'zman katzar, and the person merits to grasp them in one day in a short amount of time. Nimtza, it follows sheyomo haya aroch, that then it follows that his day was long. Al yidei ze shehaya vatran b'mamono, because the person was generous with their money. Shehu midat ahava v'chesed, which is the attribute of love and kindness. So what he's saying here is that you want to reach a higher level, you have to be generous in ways that you can be generous. You don't want to get to the point where your whole life is just doing things for others and you never have anything for yourself. But a person shouldn't think, for example, I can't have guests on Shabbos because I have no money. So you do with whatever money you have, and you have the guests on Shabbos or whatever it is, the giving tzedakah or whatever it is, and that creates a vessel for you to receive this light. So now we're going to go to Pei Hei, which is actually, I'm just going to go over this very quickly, and that's all we're going to do tonight, besides a very short story over here, because this was quite complicated, and I know it connects to the next lesson that we're going to learn. I cannot promise you that I'm going to understand what we're reading here, because these are really just Kabbalistic concepts on Rabbi Nachman's level. So this is direct verbatim from Rabbi Nachman. Bizmirot Shabbat, and we should start with the introduction here. Yevaer mitchila, he's going to explain the beginning. Bizman ibo, in the time of, what's the word? Congestion. It's something like congestion. When the baby is first formed. Sfirat malchut. Dvuka bezer anpin. So the attribute of malchut is connected to zer anpin, which is the small face, which are 6 attributes of the Sfirot. The B'chinat Psi'a Levar, that's connected to taking a step outside. V'az ha'yichud b'neihem hu acho b'acho. And then the unification between them is back to back. So now you see what I mean? This is very high level stuff. We'll do it for 5-10 minutes. Let's see what we can get out of it. So when we say Zmirot Shabbat, Bezemer Kol Mekadesh, Ne'emar, it says, Pos'im bo psi'a ktana, that on Shabbos we're supposed to take small steps. We're not supposed to be rushing around on Shabbos. So it's called psiot ktanot. V'so'adim bo levarech shalosh pa'amim. And we have 3 meals on Shabbos. And so se'udah is a meal, but so'ed also has the meaning of to help. So there's like all of these concepts involved, wrapped up here. Tzidkatam tatzhir ka'or b'sha'at hayamim, shivat hayamim, and their righteousness will shine like the light of the 7 days. U'b'torah zo yivaer piska zo. And he's going to piska. He's going to explain this verse. Pos'in bo psi'a ktana, that we take small steps on Shabbos. Ki tchila, because in the beginning, Sfirat HaMalchut u'etzem partzuf binyan ruchani zera anpin. So in the beginning, the attribute of Malchut, so let's try to keep this, I'm watching the clock because I don't want to go over. Let's try to keep, so Malchut is the attribute at the bottom that receives all of the energy from above. And that's connected to what's called Ze'er Anpin, which is the spiritual construct, which includes the 6 Sfirot of Chesed, Gevura, Tiferet, Netzach, Hod, V'Yasod. So we have 10 Sfirot, but these are the 6 that are included in it. B'Pchinat Ot, Oshit, Psi'a Levar, Hotzi Psi'a Lechutz. That is, that a person took a step outside. Hainu Kasher Partzuf, Ze'er Anpin, ובחינתי בו במאי ספירת הבינה, אימא, אז הוא בחינת האות ו' שברגל השמאלית של האות ה'. So when we have this connection of these sfirot, then it's connected to bina. Bina is connected to ima, meaning that the mother has the, I guess, understanding. And then we have the vav, which is, the letter Hey. So it looks, I don't know if I'm doing it the right direction here. It looks like this. And then we have one part that's disconnected. That's called the leg of the Hey. And that's connected to the first Hey in Hashem's name, Havaya, that's hinted at in Bina, which is connected to Ima. Okay. So he's just going to go deeper into this here. There was something here that I wanted to get out of this. So Adimbo, that it says we have meals on Shabbos, Perush, the meaning of, I'm going to skip over a lot of the commentary here. She'anu rotzim letakana u'gedula et sfirat ha'malchut b'pchinat sa'ad be'ezer kenegdo. That we want to fix and make great the attribute of malchut. So malchut, just to explain again, it receives all the energy from the Sfirot above, but it's also Hashem's presence in this world. Just like the king rules through his speech, so Hashem is present in this world in a way kind of like speech. So speech has power, and speech can make things happen because people listen to the speech, but not because speech in itself has really anything. Speech in itself is just sound and air. So when we talk about Malchut, we're trying to take Malchut and we're going to give it some help through the meals, I guess, we have on Shabbos and the small steps we take on Shabbos. I'm really just trying to piece this together. And that's connected to Saad, the Ezer Kenegdo, and that's connected to help, and Ezer Kenegdo is, a wife is called an Ezer Kenegdo. I don't know if a husband is as well, that it's supposed to be somebody who pushes back against their husband and then helps the husband to grow. That's the idea of Ezer Kenegdo. Sheyehe panim bepanim, that we have face to face. Ulevarech shalosh pamim, we bless 3 times, meaning we say 3 meals on Shabbos. Perush, the meaning is tzarich la'ir et netzach hod yesod de ze'er anpin ki misham ikar binyana tzidkata. Okay, just really, he's going into very deep stuff here. So what he's saying is that we need to take, I'm guessing what he's saying here is that we need to take the 6 days of the week, need to bring them into Shabbos. I'm guessing that's the achor ba'achor. That's the back that goes into the back. So we don't have a circle here. This is the closest thing to a circle. So if we start here, this is the back. and this is the back, essentially. We're coming back to the same place. So you could say that it's a head and a head, or it's a back and a back. But what we're doing by having the 3 meals on Shabbos is we're taking these attributes, these 6 attributes, which are connected to the 6 days of the week. We're bringing this light into them, that Tzidkatam Tatzir, that their righteousness will shine the light into the 6 days. And somehow, by doing this, by taking the small steps on Shabbos, by having the 3 meals on Shabbos, we're elevating the 6 days of the week. That's all I understood from that, and we're going to move on to the next lesson next week. There's some things, even with all these perushim, I don't pretend to understand. Okay, so I'm going to share a really short story with you. By the way, if you don't know, I put out my first AI video of one of the stories from my podcasts. I'd say 99% of the people so far liked it. One person told me it wasn't serious enough for the Al-Sheikh, which is what the story is about, but that's the story. So make sure you check it out. The Zviller Rebbe, of course we know the Zviller Rebbe who's buried over here in Gan Saker. I passed away in 1945. He was a great tzaddik, and he came to Jerusalem, and nobody knew his identity. I think he was here for 20 or so years. Nobody knew who he was. And then one of his Hasidim, or one of the people that knew him back in... I better make this story fast before it does that again. He saw the Rebbe, and he told everyone, do you know who this person is? And he became this big Rebbe with thousands of Hasidim and people still going to his grave today. So, Rabbi Shlomke of Zvil. Let's see. There was a woman who, for many years, she washed the clothes in the Rebbe's home, and she, after working there for many years, one day after she finished her work, she stood in the doorway of his study and she asked him to give her a blessing for children because she hadn't married to have children. And after a few moments, he said, I can't bless you with children. However, I can bless you that in your merit, others will be remembered and find salvation. And for decades afterwards, the woman lived with the memory of that promise. 19 years after the death of the Rebbe, she herself died and was buried in Har Menuchot. And on her gravestone are the words, here lies the woman Miriam, the daughter of Maman, who passed away on the 24th of Tevet, 1964. And then, in 1993, 29 years after this woman passed away, a former neighbor of hers saw Miriam in a dream. And in the dream, Miriam said, I was the washerwoman in the house of the Zviller Rebbe, and I had no children, and I asked him for a blessing. The Rebbe told me that he couldn't help me, but he blessed me that in the merit of others, others would be remembered and saved. So she said to this woman in her dream, come to my grave and pray for my soul, and I promise that barren women will be remembered. And from that day, of course, the woman came, davened at the grave, and from that day, women started coming to the grave of Miriam, the washing woman, and davening at her grave, and women that could not give birth were blessed with children. So you know how this works, of course, that the tzaddik's soul, there's a bit of the tzaddik's soul that remains in the grave, and when you go and daven by the grave, then it's kind of like the tzaddik, or here in this case a tzaddiket, that's putting their arm around you and saying, Hashem, I'm davening with this person, so in my merit as well, listen to their prayers. May Hashem keep us safe and healthy and wealthy and wise, and whatever we need, give it to us in a quick and easy way, Be'ezrat Hashem b'simcha. And we'll continue again next week, Be'ezrat Hashem. Do a little nigun before we finish.